You know that feeling when you like a movie, but it has some scenes which just make you grind your teeth. Sinners is one of those movies. It popped up on my radar earlier this year with a promising and cool trailer, which didn't reveal much of the story. Gotta cut them some slack there. Because on others, you see the whole movie. What's the sense in going to the theater then? Well, not much. The question is, can this movie also deliver? Well, let's see. Sinners is set in the US during the Prohibition period. The twin brothers Smoke and Stack return home to Mississippi after acquiring some serious cash in Chicago. The brothers' plan is to open a juke bar with live music, gambling, and of course booze, since it's still illegal. Everything seems to go swell until strange people show up at the front door, and folks at the bar go missing as dark spirits take over. And that's when Sinners takes up speed. Now you might think, whoever heard this plot before? Yep, that's From Dusk Till Dawn. But when From Dusk Till Dawn brings you gems like this scene, Ryan Coogler focuses more on the culture aspect of the community and the shock effect when shit starts to hit the fan. But that's still the question, do I like the film? Yes and no. So let's get into the good stuff first, before I break it all down. The cast is great and play their roles very well. Michael B. Jordan portrays a set of twins, but still manages to give each of them a unique character and personality. The rest of the cast ranges from stars like Omar Benson Miller and Delroy Lindo to newcomers like Miles Caton. Speaking of the latter, he performs big parts of the music, and that's what the movie lives on. Blues music, and the people performing it. On that side note, the film also looks amazing on 70mm IMAX, and I love the contrast and the colors, and if you're tired of the bland, low-contrast sitcom picture that we're slowly getting used to, you'll enjoy the hell out of Sinners. It was really a sight to behold. And now to the bad stuff. In order to tell you about that, I gotta get into spoiler territory though, so if you haven't watched it, go see it now, or as usual, go right ahead and knock yourself out. A good bit into the movie, we get a scene where Miles Caton's character Sammy plays his guitar and summons the spirits. The narration at the beginning of the movie stated that every major tribe in history of man had a musician who was so talented he could summon spirits from the past and the future, kind of the musicians of their tribes, who can also summon spirits and bring good to the people. But here's the catch, they can also attract evil spirits. In the case of Sinners, that's vampires. Nevertheless, the ghosts of other musicians show up in that particular scene. Those of the past, well, they kind of fit in. The future spirits, however, come off like a joke.
Excuse me, are we in the right place? Anyone?
Rappers, DJs, women twerking, and hip-hop music playing in the background. It completely takes you out of that scene. And don't get me wrong there, I like old school rap. And I never had the urge to interrupt a pretty girl shaking her ass towards me. But in this case, it just gets ridiculous. It ruins the mystery of that scene for me. The next gripe I have comes a bit later, during the credits. Now we're led to believe everybody but Sammy died that night, and we jump to 1992. Now Sammy is an accomplished blues musician, touring clubs and being very successful. After the show, Sammy sits at a bar and enjoys a drink, when two people suddenly show up. It's Stack and his girlfriend, who were turned into vampires that fateful night, and you'd think they were dead. Now they sit down next to him and explain that they won't harm him because Stack's brother Smoke spared him that night and made him promise. So Stack survived and kept that promise for 60 years. What in the Shaun of the Dead is this? So you're telling me that they were all consciously killing their friends, loved ones and family, but turned into reasonable vampires when you sit them down to talk?
People would say, please, don't pillage me. And I would say, no, I'm pillaging everyone, you included.
Well, if you ask me, that kind of ruins the movie. I respect filmmakers setting up their own rules inside their film. But in order for the story to work, you really gotta follow your own rules. Otherwise, it's just bad movies. All in all, I think the movie was good. The actors were great, the music was spot on, especially if you're into that. And the story was intriguing, right until it got ridiculous. And for that part, it really isn't as iconic as From Dusk Till Dawn, which fully embraces that it isn't meant to be taken seriously. But if you can look over that fact, Sinners definitely won't disappoint you, and I recommend it for the actors and the music alone. So grab some friends and go see it. Thank you for staying this long till the end of this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you'll know when I crank out another video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.